Hey, Jason, how are you, man?
I'm good.
For you, you've wanted to do the basketball and the football thing from the get-go in the recruiting process. How much is that to carry? How much does it put upon you? And are you intending to do that throughout your entirety of your college career?
It hasn't put much upon me, honestly. I've really been just doing basketball up until this point. That first week, I was just kind of getting adjusted with everything, and I was with football for the first couple of days. But up until this point, it's just been basketball and then school. And I'll get on the phone with Coach Harris from here and there, but it hasn't been a lot, if I'm being honest. And I do plan on doing it for the rest of my college career, but we'll just see what the future holds. Definitely.
We'll stay here for Brendan. When will it transition to primarily football? Like, is there a certain point? Is it end of basketball season? Is there a certain date that you guys have in mind to when that becomes a priority?
I'm pretty sure it'll be after basketball season, so sometime in March, hopefully. I'll definitely be getting in the building sooner than later. Hopefully sometime in February when spring starts to come around. But the plan is to definitely get in right after basketball season.
All right, next will be Ira Schofel, second row over on your right.
Have you got to spend much time yet with Deuce and the other receivers, and how helpful have they been just kind of getting acclimated to Florida State?
We had a couple meetings in the beginning when I first got here. So, it was just kind of some introduction things like just saying what's up to them and, just getting to meet them, things like that. But I haven't been around them too much, if I'm being honest. But they were this is a really cool guy. Danzy, really cool kid. And, hopefully, we're able to get closer as the longer I'm here. So.
All right, we'll stay there for Matt.
One of your first games with basketball was that win over Miami, and you got to go back home down there. Just how cool was that? Even though you didn't get to play, like how cool was that to be one of your first games as a Seminole?
That was it was pretty cool. Being able to go back to my hometown. I had some family come out to the game and things like that, and it was obviously like a big win for us. Not only for me personally, just because I'm from there, but for the team. It was like a great momentum builder. I'll say that was a big win. They're really good in the ACC right now. They have a really good record. So for the guys, it was a really big win for sure. So I'm glad they were able to pull that one off.
All right, we'll go back to Ira.
You still should be in high school right now, but now you're practicing with not just college basketball players, but some dudes who 4 or 5 years of college basketball. What's that been like for you? How's it gone so far?
It's been something I'm definitely getting adjusted to. I would say it's different than high school. Obviously these guys are way bigger, lengthier, smarter. So the game's definitely quicker, but I'd say I've definitely grown as a player mentally and physically. Each and every day going against these guys that play in the ACC, it's only getting me better each and every day. And, I'm grateful for the opportunity that I was able to get up here early and get in the gym with these guys and just continue to learn from the coaches and things like that. So, I'm grateful for them.
We'll go to the back row for Aslan.
When you were a kid and you would play pickup basketball, were you taken first early, or did it take a few years for people to kind of recognize your game? 'Cause I'm saying we shouldn't judge a book by its cover, but you obviously can ball. So how much has that made you who you are and given you your kind of competitive spirit?
So growing up, I would say I was always playing up. So when I would go to the park, I'd be like the 7-year-old playing with like the 13-year-olds. So those guys wouldn't pick me up early for sure. They would get me last, but then when I got on the team, I'll show them why they should have picked me early. Growing up, obviously I always get judged by, how I look or whatever, but I always try to prove how good I am when I get on the court for sure. So
We'll come back here to Chris on the front.
How much does your game on the basketball court translate to what you do on football field?
I would say it translates a lot. They definitely go hand in hand. I would say in basketball and football, you're trying to get by your defender constantly. The positions I play, so just the quickness, the footwork, the balance, it all goes hand in hand.
And as you made the decision to come here, how much was it Mike Norvell and Luke Laux being willing to work with one another, what you wanted to do both, that played a huge role in that?
When they were recruiting me, they were constantly in contact. Even before I got up here, even the assistant coaches with their assistant coaches, they consistently showed how how good they would be with each other while I was here. So that kind of showed me that it wasn't just all just words that they were saying, but it was actually action. So that played a big factor in my recruiting process, definitely.
We'll stay there for Brendan. Where do you get your athleticism from? Mom, dad, like how, not many people are playing two sports in college. I'm just curious, like, what the background is with your family.
I would say I got it from God, honestly. It was a God-given talent because I was able to jump since I've been in middle school. So, but my dad did play in college. He played like D3. My uncles played basketball, football as well in high school. None of them really played in college, but they're all pretty athletic. My mom says I get it from her, so I don't know how true that is, but yeah, I would say it's definitely a God-given ability to be able to jump and be that athletic. So.
Hey, Jason. So, what's some of the things that you really learned from Luke Logs, or like what were some of the things that the conversation you and Luke would have prior to coming to basketball? What's something that you really could benefit from him, knowing with his NBA background, and also can you tell me the backstory of the nickname J-Rock? Who gave you that nickname?
Of course. I would say Luke Locke's recruiting me is obviously pretty cool. You know, he was with, like, he's been around great guys, you know, Stephen Curry, a lot of NBA guys. So there's always a lot to learn from people with that type of knowledge for sure. Coach Locke is a great person as well. You could tell, you know, he's not just trying to coach you, but just trying to build a relationship off the court as well. So, you know, obviously being in practice and getting recruited by him, I've learned a lot, definitely. So big shout out to Coach Laux. You know, he's a great family guy, great person, great coach. And then with the nickname J-Rock, my uncle gave it to me when I was younger. My name's Jason, so my name starts with a J, and then the rock is like the ball, like the basketball or football, so you say pass the rock or whatever. So you just put them together, it's J-Rock, and my uncle started calling me it, and then it kind of just stuck, honestly. It was pretty cool. And then around like the football and basketball world, everyone just started calling me J-Rock, put it as my Instagram name, and then just stuck. So
We'll go back to Ira over on your right.
And you played with so many great players in high school, but you consistently, you know, put up big numbers. Like, what do you think was a strength to your game? Like, how were you able to just always produce, even though you're playing great competition and you're also surrounded by a lot of other big time players?
that's a great question. I definitely try to play my role, whether it's catch and shoot or get to the basket, drive, kick, things like that. But I would just say I'm able to like score, use my teammates to help me score as well. Throughout high school, I started playing young, which kind of helped me out as well. So I started in the 7th grade playing varsity, and then 8th grade, and then 9th grade, and just obviously up until my junior year. That obviously helps, you know, playing against older guys my whole life. It makes the game easier, definitely. So I would say that scoring just got easier as the years came by, and then obviously my teammates helping me score as well, just making open shots and being there for me. And then so I'll just say playing against older guys and, you know, just learning how to score playing basketball is something that comes with experience.
We'll stay there for Matt.
You're one of the few people who gets to be around both Laux and Norvell all the time. What are kind of some similarities and differences between the two, like either coaching or personality-wise?
I would say Coach Laux is definitely more laid back. Coach Norvell, he's always fired up, ready to go, which obviously is a great thing. You know, he's always bringing the energy. Coach Laux always has great energy as well. But football is definitely a different sport than basketball. But yeah, they're both great people overall. You know, so I'm grateful for the both of them for recruiting me, and I'm definitely excited for what the future has to hold with both of them in both sports. So.
Ira?
Do you watch a lot of other college or pro football, and are there other receivers that you watch and you kind of see your game similar to?
I'm not a big I don't really watch football games and basketball games a lot like that, but obviously I know a couple guys, and I would say when I was when I was in high school, I would say Jerry Jeudy when he was in college was one of the guys I really liked. Ricky Pearsall as well when he was in college, and then a couple other guys like Justin Jefferson, A lot of those guys are really talented, really great players that I look up to. But I wouldn't say I have a favorite specifically.
Anything else for Jason? All right, thank you.
Thank you, guys. Of course.